62% of startups fail because they never achieve a product market fit. What is a product market fit? How do you measure it? And most importantly, how do you know when you've got a product market fit? Welcome to the Disruptor Journals podcast, where we explore entrepreneurship, startups, and innovation across the African continent. And we also introduce you to the startups that will grow to be household brands and push the boundaries of a culture that prizes conformity. Product market fit means being in a good market with a product that can satisfy that market. When an entrepreneur identifies a need in the market and builds a solution that customers want to buy, that's product market fit. This concept might seem obvious, but it's important to make sure that there are enough people who want what your business offers and to define your value proposition accordingly. Product market fit can matter more to the future of your business than creative ideas, masterful teams, or any other factor, and it is critical to take into consideration when you build the product. For any business to survive, there must be people who buy what it sells. And there are great examples of product market fit. There's some companies that have done such an exemplary job creating a product to fit the market that their successes can serve as models before you launch your product within your product process or customer development efforts. Let's take Netflix, for example. This entertainment media company first gained traction in the early 2000s. And this was simply because movie watchers were starting to get rid of, or to get tired, actually, of paying late fees from brick and mortar DVD rental stores. So Netflix sent them DVDs by mail as part of a subscription service, letting people keep a disc as long as they wanted. But if Netflix had remained a DVD by mail operation, it would have faded out when DVD players did. Instead, Netflix positioned itself as the easier, cheap alternative to whatever currently dominates the entertainment market, brick and mortar rentals, DVDs, or traditional television. And Netflix alters its product every time the market need changes, maintaining its product fit. And Netflix's success is a great reminder to stay flexible in changing markets and keep an eye on the future. And you shouldn't, as an entrepreneur, be afraid to move away from your original idea when you see a better opportunity. And there are so many ways on how to achieve product market fit, and I'm going to go through a number of them. And you can adapt your core product to new markets, identify a strong market demand, repurpose or reorganize old ideas, and go to where the market is, or even create an entirely new service. It's important to remember that fit is not binary. Product market fit doesn't look the same from business to business. Customer retention curves are also different. However, there are some established processes you can follow to help you achieve it while developing a minimum viable product prototype. Dan Olson, who wrote the Lean Startup, and is a Lean Startup consultant, actually, he wrote the Lean Product Playbook, and he offers 6 steps for a Lean product process. The first one being determine your target customer. Who do you think will buy your offering? How will it meet their needs? You might not know exactly who your target customer is at first, but you can find out through market research. And by using that research to create customer personas, which are fictional versions of those real people, you can envision your target customer and create stuff for them. The second one is you need to identify underserved customer needs. It's really hard to sell product or service in a market full of existing solutions that people are already happy with. A better option is to find what they're unhappy with. What pain does your target customer have? How can you help them solve it? The third one, you need to define your value proposition. How will your product meet your customers' needs? Now, better than what's currently available. And will it offer better quality, a more affordable price, more exciting packaging, new services, etc., etc. The fourth one, you need to specify your minimum viable product, the MVP. And you need to specify the feature set itself. You need to identify the minimum features you want to include on your first product rollout. You keep it simple and doable. The fifth, you need to create your MVP prototype. Don't worry about actually creating your full concept. Instead, just create a bare bones product. You can iterate on that after you get customer feedback. And the sixth one is you need to test your MVP with customers. You need to show your product to a select group of potential customers, get the feedback from the customers, let them learn about it and try it out for themselves. Ask them what they like about it and what they don't. What would they prefer to see instead? And this is really, really important. You need to stay open and flexible to feedback so you can revise your idea to accurately fit your customers' wants and needs. After following these steps, you should have a pretty good idea of how the market will react to your product. Before launching, make sure to implement any important customer feedback. You may want to change certain features of your MVP, consider a new target market, or even redefine your value proposition. And going on now to how to measure product market fit. It isn't an exact science, but there are ways to assess whether or not you're on track. For example, how quickly do customers make up their minds about a purchase? Are reviewers mentioning your product to family, friends, or social media connections? What is your customer retention rate? Are customers interacting with your marketing efforts? How many customers have unsubscribed or stopped using your product? All of these are very useful. And they are data-based indicators of how well your product is finding its way into the marketplace. You can use this information I've just given to you to improve, adapt, and market your product. Whether you achieve product market fit or find that you need to rethink your current offerings, ongoing research is essential. As your business grows and shifts, be sure to continually take a look at what the market demands so you can create the right fit. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. I hope you learned something that you can apply to your own business. And thank you again for tuning in. I know those of you who have been listening to my podcast from day one, though I've been inconsistent, and a lot has been happening, but I thank you. And please do not forget the 6 steps to ensure that you achieve product market fit are: determine your target customer, identify underserved customer needs, define your value proposition, specify your minimum viable product feature set, create your MVP prototype, and test your MVP with customers. Please do connect with me on my socials at Cliff Nemachena on Twitter. You can follow the Disruptor Journals Instagram account at the Disruptor Journals. I'll leave the links in the description. Please also subscribe. We have a newsletter now that will be released daily, a daily newsletter talking about all the latest news and everything that has to do with disruptive innovation across our continent. Thank you again for joining me. Cheers.